Hi, my name is Chris. I'm a proud patient of Oswego Health, and this is my story. During COVID, I wound up stopping going to the doctor, I think as a lot of people did. And that carried on after COVID for a couple years, and I realized it was time to find a doctor. Tried to go back to my original doctor. They didn't want to have me as a patient anymore. They, I guess, had removed me from their system because I hadn't been there in a long time. I started looking around in the Syracuse area. There was friction everywhere I went. It didn't feel like anyone really cared or wanted me to be their patient. So I wound up asking a friend of mine, and he referred me to Dr. Rogall. The commute felt like it was going to be a lot, and then he said it's 20 minutes, and it literally is 20 minutes. We're in Radisson, which is on this side of Baldwinsville, and I get in the car and I take a couple back roads. I'm on 481, and then I'm in Fulton. It's extremely easy to get here. From the onset, I had an appointment within a week or two, came in and met Dr. Rogall, and had a great experience.
My name is Dr. Rogall. I'm a primary care provider at our Fulton main practice. I provide primary care for patients from 5 years old and up here, and we really do focus on preventative care now and trying to prevent disease from happening rather than just reacting to it.
I feel like with Dr. Rogall, he knows who I am. On my initial visit, I had a list of items to talk about, and he spent 45 minutes with me, going through everything on my list. We've really connected, and it feels like a good relationship.
I think my relationship with patients is the most important thing that we have. You hear over and over again that patients may have a bad experience somewhere because of a provider coming into the room and being rushed and not really listening to them, where if you can really form a strong relationship with them and develop something that is meaningful, then I feel like you get more done in the time that you do have with them.
I approached Dr. Rogall for the procedure I had to have. He recommended I come to Oswego Health for the procedure, and I trusted his opinion, and it seemed like a logical step. Everything felt like it was connected. From me inquiring with Dr. Rogall to having surgery was probably 3.5 weeks. On the day of the surgery, my wife drove me to Oswego Health, and it was super easy. We pulled right up and parked, came right in. There was no parking garages. I didn't have to pay a meter. There was no traffic. It was extremely easy to get here. The experience at the surgery center was excellent. I had a great rapport with the nurses and everyone who took care of me. The doctor came in before the procedure to make sure I knew what to expect, and after the procedure to make sure everything went well. You know, within a couple hours, I was wrapped up and ready to go.
I wouldn't refer patients to anybody that I wouldn't refer myself, my own family to. Certainly having the trust of our surgical team is a big part of it, and then having patients put that trust into me and believe that we are really advocating for the best care for them is really what is the cornerstone of having a good doctor-patient relationship.
It feels like there's a personal connection with your physician, which I think is important. It goes back to when I was a kid and I knew my doctor knew me, I was connected with everybody. It feels like there's a personal connection, there's a real touch there. I would have no hesitation recommending anyone to come here.